Students, today we will study a poem titled Before I Go to Sleep by Thomas Hood. Thomas Hood was an English poet, author, and humorist, best known for the poems such as The Bridge of Sighs and The Song of the Shirt. In summer, when I go to bed, the sun still streaming overhead, my bed becomes so small and hot, with sheets and pillow in a knot. And then I lie and try to see the things I'd really like to be. So children, this poem is about a small boy who found it very difficult to sleep in the summer evening. So to kill his time, he then lies down and imagines all the different animals that he would like to be. I think I'd be a glossy cat, a little plump, but not too fat. I'd never touch a bird or mouse. I'm much too busy round the house. The boy first imagines himself to be a shiny cat who's bit plump but not fat. And then, with the help of mouse and bird, the boy as a cat would be busy repairing the roof of the house. And then a fierce and hungry hound, the king of dogs for miles around. I'd chase the postman just for fun, to see how quickly he could run. The boy next imagines himself to be a hound. Hound is a dog that's used for hunting. So he imagines himself to be a hound, and just for fun, he would chase the postman to see how quickly the postman can run. Perhaps I'd be a crocodile within the marshes of the Nile and paddle in the river bed with dripping mud caps on my head. Next, the boy imagines that he is a crocodile who lives in the waters of river Nile. And since as a crocodile he is paddling in the riverbed, the mud that is present in the riverbed becomes like a cap on top of his head and it's dripping. Or else I'd be a polar bear and on an iceberg make my lair. I'd keep a shop in Baffin Sound to sell icebergs by pound. So next the boy thinks that he is a polar bear, and the polar bear has his house lair in an iceberg, and the polar bear will have a shop on Baffin Sound. Baffin Sound is the name of a fishing ship. So he'll have a shop in Baffin Sound, and in that shop he would sell icebergs. And then I'd be a wise old frog squatting on a sunken log. I'd teach the fishes lots of games and how to read and write their names. The boy then imagines himself to be a wise old frog who's sitting on a sunken log, and he's sitting and teaching the fishes lots of games as well as how to read and write their names. An Indian lion then I'd be and lounge about on my settee. I'd feed on nothing but bananas and spend all day in my pajamas. The boy next imagines himself to be an Indian lion who's wearing pajamas and sitting comfortably on a couch and eating nothing else but bananas. I'd like to be a tall giraffe making lots of people laugh. I'd do a tap dance in the street with little bells upon my feet. He then thinks himself to be a very tall giraffe and he'll make people laugh. You know how? By doing tap dance in the street with little bells upon his feet. And then a snake with scales of gold, guarding hoards of wealth untold. No thief would dare to steal a pin, but friends of mine I would let in. The boy next imagines himself to be a snake, and as a snake he would guard treasures, and he would be such a strict guard that nobody would even dare to steal a pin. But when it comes to his friends, they would be allowed to come near the treasure. But then before I really know just what I'd be or where I'd go, my bed becomes so wide and deep, and all my thoughts are fast asleep. So towards the end, Before the boy could really decide which animal he would like to be, or what he would do, or where he'd go, the boy finally falls asleep, and all his thoughts also fall asleep along with the boy. Thank you, children.